That's going to bring us to our final presentation for today. Rich Green has been waiting all day. We're really looking forward to this, Rich. Unlocking cybersecurity from zero to hero in the digital age. Please, whenever you're ready.
Absolutely, Dave. I'm super pumped to be here. I was joking with everybody kind of all day long about how awesome it must be to really be the closer for an event like this. For those that are kind of familiar with baseball terms, the closer is really, I'm not going to say he's a superstar, but he's who you really call in when you're trying to hold on to that narrow lead, or you really need to make sure that you kind of win the game. So you bring in the big guns. And for this instance, it just happens to be Rich Green. What I will do is save everybody really who I am. If you really want to know, there's a QR code up there in the corner. Scan it, connect with me on LinkedIn. Just check it out. On April 4th, I'm giving another talk on the New to Cyber Summit, which will dive into more about who I am. Really, all you need to know is I'm super passionate, especially about fundamentals, which just so happens what this talk happens to be about. And I'm really hoping it really does a lot for everybody. So today, you've witnessed some really incredible demonstrations and potentially learned about technologies that are really nothing short of revolutionary, or at least maybe how you can use them. But behind every jaw-dropping demo and each piece of groundbreaking tech lies a fundamental truth. Everything has to start somewhere. And that somewhere really is the bedrock of knowledge upon which all these wonders are built. Everything you've seen today. And it's precisely here that Sec 301 truly excels. Whether you're a seasoned expert familiar with every term I'll mention, or just stepping into the vast universe of this field, or perhaps you're not directly involved in the technical side, but you work closely with those who are. My goal today is to peel back that curtain. I truly aim to ignite that spark of curiosity, to empower you with the confidence and hope to delve deeper. By the end of this presentation, I hope to have opened your eyes just a bit wider to the possibilities that foundational cybersecurity knowledge can truly unlock for you. So if we could, let's take a look at a statement discussing robust network security for this fictional company I made called Bite Savers Cybersecurity and Espresso Emporium. What it says is, to ensure robust network security, the organization must prioritize the implementation of IDS and IPS. It also needs to ensure ACLs are configured correctly, and the deployment of a multiple firewall solution is crucial. Moreover, the strategic application of SSL TLS encryption is essential. In a complex security landscape, adhering to the POLP becomes paramount. Now, if you were to just take this and just read it as it was, some of you, as I said earlier, would just know what all these words are, all these acronyms are, all these technologies. For others out there who are just starting in this field, maybe it's not quite as apparent, and maybe something like this would honestly scare somebody away from pursuing further or trying to reach out for that knowledge. From Keith Palgrim, who's the author of 301, from his predecessor, and it's a very pivotal statement, I believe, says nobody is born knowing this stuff. So it definitely comes with a learning side to it. And we're going to unravel it today. So beyond the jargon, why does that matter? Let's picture yourself in a labyrinth, we'll say inside the digital landscape, where every turn and every doorway could lead to a new wonder or hidden danger. The world is vast, ever evolving, and filled with language all of its own. Yet when we strip away the complexity and the jargon, the essence of cybersecurity emerges not as a luxury, but truly as a necessity, a set of locks, alarms, and guardrails designed with a singular purpose, which is to keep us safe. If we look inside our own personal life, our personal information as a treasure chest, really tucked away within the confines of our digital abode. Cybersecurity stands as the guardian of this chest, fortifying your defenses against identity thieves, securing those drawbridges over which your online transactions pass, and ensuring that the trails you leave in the digital forest do not invite wolves to your door. It's about transforming your digital presence into a fortress, one that is impregnable, yet accessible to you. But outside of our personal lives, what about our professional lives, where cybersecurity transcends personal protection to become the shield that guards the realms of business? Here, it defends the sanctity of company data. It fortifies the trust customers place in us and ensures the wheels of commerce turn uninterrupted. It's a silent sentinel, preventing data breaches that could tarnish reputations and erode trust overnight. With this, it's a growing field. It's huge. As the digital world expands, so does the need for champions in the field of cybersecurity. This burgeoning domain is rich with opportunities, ranging from ethical hackers, those digital knights who test our defenses and weaknesses, to policymakers, the architects who construct the frameworks within which we operate. Each role is a thread in the larger tapestry of our digital society, essential and honestly irreplaceable. But there's empowerment through this knowledge. Grasping those fundamentals of cybersecurity is akin to acquiring a map in this digital terrain. It not only equips us to navigate the complexities with confidence, but also unveils opportunities in a field that is dynamic as it is critical. It's about empowering ourselves with knowledge that protects and opens doors to new horizons. So as we stand on the brink of a future increasingly woven in the digital fabric, let us take a moment to recognize the importance of cybersecurity. Again, not just as a field of study or a career path, but as a fundamental skill that underpins the safety and integrity of our digital lives. Let us embark on this journey of discovery. For in understanding cybersecurity, we unlock the potential to shape the digital future, safeguard our most precious assets, and chart a course toward a career that is not only rewarding, but essential to the digital age. As I go through here, you'll see that one thing I feel we really do well in 301 is provide a lot of real world analogies and sometimes more accessible analogies. And you'll see more of that as we go through. So let's start with one of those acronyms that we saw earlier, POLP, or the principle of least privilege. So as I said, I love stories, and I'm definitely a storyteller. So hopefully you enjoy this journey with me as we jump all over my imagination. So for all of you who are watching, imagine the captain of a ship with a crew, each having specific roles, just like you wouldn't give every crew member a key to the entire ship. In the digital world, we don't give every user or program access to all resources. This is the principle of least privilege in action, ensuring individuals or programs only have the access necessary to perform their tasks and nothing more. So why does it matter? I'd like to look at three very particular points here. Let's start with security. It minimizes potential damage from attacks. If a crew member's key is stolen, the thief could only access one part of the ship, not the entire vessel. Similarly, if the user's account is compromised, the damage is limited to their level of access. What about privacy? Well, it ensures that sensitive information is only accessible to those who truly need it. This is akin to only allowing the ship's doctor into the medical supplies, protecting the health privacy of the crew. And efficiency. It reduces complexity by limiting access, making it easier to manage and secure systems, much like how it's easier, again, to keep track of who has which key on a ship. So let's leave the make-believe world and look at the real world. Let's talk about the workplace first. In an office, not everyone needs access to financial records or employee personal information. Access is based on roles, again, similar to that ship's engineer only having access to the engine room. And in our personal life, when we download an app on our phone, it asks for permissions, like access to your camera or contacts. The principle of least privilege suggests giving the app only what it needs to function and nothing more, protecting our personal data. This one right here hits home a lot for me because I have so many children. And every single day they bring an app to me saying they wish to download it just because a friend says so. And then I spend the next 45 minutes talking to them about permissions, which is always fun. And it's always a blast. So what about implementation? Well, we'll start small. Begin with the most restricted access level and only add more as necessary. And you have to ensure regular reviews. Just as that ship's captain periodically reviews who has keys to what, in cybersecurity, it's no different. It's important to regularly review and adjust those permissions as somebody's going along in their career. But as everything good that I've mentioned, there's also some consequences of ignoring it. Increased risk of data breaches. You just saw with Brian and Nick talking about data breaches and how they can be so severe. Ignoring this principle increases the risk of those, where attackers gain access to more information than they should. And then you have the potential for accidental misuse of data or systems by users with more access than they need. Really, the principle of least privilege is like wisely distributing those keys on a ship. It's about giving just enough access to maintain security, privacy, and efficiency. It's a simple concept with absolutely powerful implications for keeping our digital personal life secure. This that you see up here on the right-hand side, to me, is just the end-all be-all for it. It really is. Everyone can do everything they need to do and nothing more. And this really should be a principle or the fundamental truth for the foundation for a system or belief or behavior, no matter what it is. Service, is it an application? Is it a user? Is it a group? Everything we look at You should start right here with this and build from that. So let's move on to our next acronym we came across, which was ACLs. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a little talk on, well, what ACLs are and permissions. But now we're going to change. So we're not all on board of a pirate ship or a cruise vessel. This time, I want you to imagine looking into a vast library, a treasure trove of knowledge with books, which we're going to also call objects, and visitors, myself and you all, are subjects. And that can be either individual users, or maybe we come in with a school and we're a group. But this library, much like a computer system, has specific rules, which we'll use as permissions, governed by a sophisticated tracking system, which is going to be the ACLs, ensuring each book is accessed according to these guidelines. So let's start with access control lists, or ACLs. In the digital realm, these lists come to life as ACLs. Each file and directory in a computer system is protected by one, a sophisticated mechanism that extends beyond the basic permissions of read, write, and execute. ACLs allow for a granular level of control, or they can, specifying exactly which users and groups have access to a file or directory and what actions they can actually perform. I do want to alleviate any confusion somebody might have heard. The term ACL is used in a few different technologies. In ours right now, we are talking about regarding file directory access. You will also hear it mentioned in things like routers and firewalls. So what about permissions? We'll start at the basics. We'll start with read. Picture yourselves again in this library, browsing through the books. You're free to read any book on the shelf, mirroring that read permission. That allows you to view the contents of a file or directory without altering. This is like beginning in the reading area, or being in the reading area, absorbing knowledge without changing the books themselves. Now, what about our write permission? What if we were allowed to add notes to a book, or even rewrite entire chapters? In the digital world, write permissions grant you the ability to modify the contents of a file, akin to leaving your mark with the library's volumes for future readers to use. And then we have execute. Let's look at like finding a book that comes with a special key, unlocking an interactive experience, and those are always fun, like an augmented reality tour of historical events. Execute permission is similar. It allows you to run programs or scripts, activating a digital experience beyond just viewing or editing content. So what's the role of our operating system in this? The library's rules aren't arbitrary. They're like the operating system in a computer, defining how permissions are applied, whether it's for a book, file, or the whole section, or for a directory. The OS kernel, acting as the library's security team, enforces these permissions. Just as the library's layout and rules may vary between cities, think Windows versus Linux, so too do the specifics of permissions and how they're enforced by the kernel, making unauthorized access as difficult as sneaking past the library security unnoticed. And then we move further. We go beyond just those basic permissions, and we move into what we call privileges. Now, some library events or sections are exclusive, requiring a special pass or membership level for access. This is akin to system privileges, such as the shutdown privilege on Windows, where certain actions require administrative rights managed by the system's administrators. Just as not everyone can access the rare books room, not every user can perform certain high-level operations without the appropriate privileges. If we want to widen our understanding, as we said, every book in our library has a list inside the cover, detailing who can read it, who can write notes in it, and who can unlock the interactive experiences it may offer. This list is the book's ACLs, meticulously outlining access for each visitor. In computing, each file and directory has one, ensuring that access is granted precisely and securely, maintaining the integrity of the system's vast knowledge and resources. Just as a well-organized library ensures knowledge is preserved, accessible, and utilized effectively, a computer system uses ACLs and permissions to manage digital information securely and efficiently. By understanding these concepts, we become better digital librarians, capable of managing our data with care and precision, ensuring that the digital world remains an open yet secure repository of knowledge. I hope you're enjoying the trip so far. It's exciting. Let's move on to firewalls. We changed again. We're out of the library. Now we're in a digital high fantasy kingdom. So picture our digital kingdom. Now envisioning it as divided into distinct provinces, each with its own customs, treasures, and secrets. A firewall serves as the primary mechanism to enforce security separation between these provinces, or all these internal networks. While most recognize firewalls as the guardians of the kingdom's outer walls between the internal network and the internet itself, their duty extends within patrolling the borders between internal subnets, and that's where I really want to talk about it now. So let's talk about internal. We have what we call our enclaves or departments. Imagine the kingdom's various departments: accounting, human resources, research and development, each residing in their own walled sector. Firewalls act as a gatekeeper between these sectors, ensuring that traffic, communication, and data transfer between them is scrutinized and regulated. This strategic placement not only secures the entire kingdom from external threats, but also maintains order and privacy within, safeguarding the unique data and resources of each department. But we have some differences here. A firewall is not just a firewall. We have some variations. So we have three main types that I want to talk about first, and they're the stalwarts of our digital defense. While terminology may vary across vendors, the essence of these guardians remains consistent, forming the bedrock of fundamental network security. We'll start with packet filtering firewalls. Imagine these as vigilant archers stationed on the castle walls, scrutinizing every traveler approaching the gate. They're inspecting for certain things: the banners. What here they want to see is source and destination addresses, and the purpose of each visit. What is the packet content against the kingdom's laws, those rules that we have in place? If a traveler's credentials do not align with the laws, perhaps carrying forbidden goods or hailing from enemy lands, they are not allowed to pass. This frontline defense ensures that only those with rightful intentions can enter or leave the kingdom. And how about stateful inspection firewalls? These are akin to the kingdom's seasoned advisors, who possess not only a keen eye for detail, but also a remarkable memory for faces and events. They track the comings and going of visitors, noting their behavior and any pledges made during previous visits. This knowledge allows them to make informed decisions, granting passage based on both the immediate situation and historical context. Their wisdom ensures that the castle defenses are adaptive, recognizing friends and foes alike by their actions over time. And then we have our proxy firewalls. Envision the master of whispers, operating at the castle's inner chambers, who examines not just the visitor, but also the nature of their messages. They delve into the content of every scroll, ensuring that it adheres to the court's protocols and etiquette. Acting as intermediaries, they speak on behalf of the kingdom, receiving messages and then dispatching responses under strict scrutiny. Their role is crucial in safeguarding the realm's higher principles, filtering out not just overt threats, but also subtler forms of treachery hidden within communications. And we have another champion. It's not this them. We have our web app firewalls, or WAFs. The web app firewall specializing in the protection of the kingdom's magistrates, the web applications. WAFs focus on thwarting attacks aimed at exploiting web application vulnerabilities. They are the specialized mages wielding powerful magics, rules, and filters to shield the kingdom's digital interactions from malicious intent. When we look at these as a whole, I would really want you to look at it as a comprehensive defense strategy. What do I mean by that? The deployment of these various types of firewalls embodies a comprehensive defense strategy, fortifying the kingdom's defenses both at the perimeter and within. By understanding the unique roles and capabilities of each type of firewall, we arm ourselves with the knowledge to construct a multi-layered defense capable of thwarting a wide array of digital threats. The firewalls, or vigilant guardians, stand firm in their duty, impacting the vast digital kingdom from both external invaders and internal strife. By deploying these multifaceted defenders judiciously, we ensure the security, privacy, and order of our digital domains, keeping the realm safe for all of its inhabitants. And now IDS and IPS. And this one I had some liberties in it. I think you'll enjoy them. So let's imagine our digital landscape now is a bustling city. We're going to use Gotham City as an example for now, a place where data flows like the lifeblood through its streets. Here, we have Intrusion Detection System, or IDS, play the role of Oracle. Oracle oversaw the city's digital expanse with an all-seeing eye. That's what she was to Batman. She was his eye in the sky. She had access to all the systems, all the screens, all the alerts. She had it all. So in this case, she was looking for any signs of suspicious activity. Meanwhile, Intrusion Prevention System, IPS, are the Batman of our city, springing into action to confront and neutralize threats before they can inflict harm. IDS systems vigilantly monitor for digital malfeasance, while IPS systems are the proactive heroes, preventing those threats from realizing their nefarious goals. And we look at IDS, I want to focus on two of them, network and host. So let's talk about network IDS first. So let's all imagine Oracle stationed in her high-tech command center, surrounded by an array of screens that provide her with a bird's eye view of Gotham. Like Oracle's vigilant oversight, a network IDS monitors the vast flow of data across the city's network veins, searching for anomalies or signs of malicious intent that threaten the digital peace. We also didn't have host IDS. Now, again, we're still with Oracle, not just overseeing the city from her array of screens, but also delving into the intricacies of its individual structures. She's monitoring the security systems of each building, which we'll say is our host, ready to detect any signs of intrusion or compromise. Just as Oracle adapts to guard against threats on a more personal level, host IDS is installed in specific devices, offering tailored protection and immediate alerts for any suspicious activity targeting them directly. And it does it with two ways: signature and anomaly detection. So signature detection, similar to Oracle having a database of known villains, signature detection uses a collection of known attack patterns. When IDS identifies a match with this database, it signals an alert akin to recognizing a notorious villain in the crowd. And then we'll look at anomaly detection. Now imagine Batman detecting something amiss in Gotham's routine, a mysterious vehicle or an uncharacteristic gathering. Anomaly detection works on this principle, observing deviations from our normal network behavior as potential indicators of cyber threats, which is why baselining is so vital. So let's move. We're going to move now from IDS and really talk about IPS. So once a threat is detected by the Vigilant Oracle, IDS, Batman, or IPS, leaps into action. Merely identifying the villain isn't enough. IPS engages to thwart the attack, sealing off entry points or diverting the threat, neutralizing the danger before it can wreak havoc. But they work together as a dynamic duo best. In our digital Gotham, Oracle's foresight is indispensable for spotting looming threats, but it's Batman's ability to act that truly safeguards the city. Together, they form an indomitable defense, ensuring threats are not only detected, but decisively countered, protecting the city's inhabitants. So as we traverse the intricate security landscapes of our digital metropolis, the synergistic partnership of IDS and IPS stands as a testament to our commitment to safety. Like Oracle and Batman, they are unseen protectors, working tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure our digital realm remains secure against all threats. By identifying potential dangers and taking bold action to avert them, these systems are the backbone of our digital security strategy, preserving peace and ensuring a safer future for all. And if you've been keeping track, we have one more acronym to go through, which is SSL and TLS encryption. So we've been all over the place. We've been on a pirate ship, we've been in a library, we've been in Gotham, we've been in a digital kingdom, and now we're in a bustling marketplace, a place where information is exchanged freely. In this digital marketplace, SSL, which is secure sockets layer, and TLS, transport layer security encryption, act like secret handshakes, ensuring that conversations between you and the marketplace stalls, which are websites, are private and secure. This is akin to whispering in a crowded room so that only the intended recipients can hear you. So why does this matter? Well, let's start with privacy. Just as a secret handshake ensures that only those in the know can participate in an exchange, SSL and TLS protects the privacy of data as it travels across the internet. It ensures that no one else can eavesdrop on your conversations or transactions. What about authenticity? SSL TLS not only keeps conversations private, but also verifies you're talking to the right stall in the right marketplace. And we're going to have a caveat about this coming up. It's like having a secret sign to confirm the stall's legitimacy before you start trading. So what happens behind the scenes? Well, let's start with encryption. Imagine these messages you send is locked in a box. SSL and TLS provides a unique key to you and the recipient, ensuring only you two can unlock it. This process transforms your messages into a secret code that only the recipient can decode, keeping the information safe from prying eyes. And we have our certificates. To establish trust, each stall in our marketplace displays a badge awarded by a trusted authority. In the digital world, websites present SSL TLS certificates to prove their authenticity, much like a stall displaying a certificate of good standing. So let's discuss how it works. When you initiate a conversation, you visit a website, your browser checks the site's SSL TLS certificate, ensuring it's valid and issued by a trusted authority. This is like, again, checking that stall's badge. Once verified, your browser and the website perform the secret handshake, which is that establishment of that encryption connection, allowing the secure information or allowing the secure exchange of information. So each time you see a padlock icon next to a website's address, or when the address starts with an HTTPS instead of HTTP, it means that the site is using SSL or TLS encryption. It's a sign that your data from credit card numbers to personal messages is being sent securely, protected from any unwanted listeners. And here's the caveat. While the padlock specializes encryption, it's crucial to understand that it doesn't automatically guarantee that that marketplace stall is reputable or safe. Think of it truly as verifying that your whispered conversations can't be overheard. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person you're whispering to is trustworthy or who you're wanting to talk to. So there still comes a layer where you need to understand what you're doing. SSL TLS encryption is the foundation of secure communications on the internet, serving as the secret handshake that ensures our digital transactions are private and our conversations are with the intended party, or hopefully. In the vast digital marketplace, SSL and TLS keeps our exchanges confidential and authentic, allowing us to navigate the web with confidence, knowing our information is safeguarded. So let's take a blast to the past. On our cybersecurity journey, we began our exploration into the intricate world of network security with a statement dense with technical jargon and concepts. As we embarked on this journey, each term might have seemed like a piece of an unfamiliar puzzle for some of us. Now, having delved into the essence of IDS and IPS, ACLs, firewalls, SSL, TLS encryption, and the principle of least privilege, these pieces have started to form a coherent picture, demystifying the once intimidating realm of cybersecurity. We talked about IDS. We learned about intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention systems as the vigilant watchers of our network, spotting and stopping threats in their tracks. These are our digital detectives and guardians, ensuring the safety of our digital streets. We discussed ACLs. They served as the meticulously curated VIP list, determining who gets to access what within our network. They're the backbone of managing permissions, ensuring that only the right entities can interact with our sensitive data. We dove into firewalls a little bit and saw that they act as the towering walls and gatekeepers of our network, scrutinizing every bit of incoming and outgoing traffic based on established security protocols, safeguarding the integrity of our digital domain and potential intruders. And we discussed SSL and TLS encryption. It ensures that our data, as it travels across the vast expanse of the internet, is wrapped in a cloak of confidentiality, like that secret handshake that protects our conversations from eavesdroppers and interlopers. And we had principle of least privilege. Embracing this principle has taught us the value of minimalism in access rights, significantly reducing our network's attack surface by ensuring that entities within our digital ecosystem have only the access they need and nothing more. With these concepts now illuminated, the initial statement no longer feels like a daunting cryptogram, but a strategic outline for robust network security. Armed with this knowledge, we are now equipped to engage in meaningful discussions, pose relevant questions, and dive deeper into the world of cybersecurity with confidence. Our journey through the landscape of network security has transformed intimidating acronyms and concepts into familiar tools and strategies. And as we continue to navigate this complex domain, let's remember that understanding these fundamentals not only demystifies the field, but empowers us to contribute to a safer digital world for absolutely everyone. So in just 30 minutes together, we, give or take, we've demystified key cybersecurity concepts, turning daunting acronyms and processes into understandable knowledge. Now imagine that transformation after spending 5 full days immersed in Sec 301, Introduction to Cybersecurity. This course is your first step toward not just understanding, but mastering the fundamentals of cybersecurity. Is the course right for you? Well, let's ask. Are you new to cybersecurity and looking for a solid introduction? Do complex technical terms seem like a foreign language? Are you looking for a conversational competency in security principles without getting lost in excessive detail? Are you transitioning to take advantage of the burgeoning opportunities in cybersecurity? Or as a manager, do you worry about your organization's security posture and potential vulnerabilities? If you answered yes to any of those questions, Sec 301 is truly designed for you. This comprehensive 5-day journey equips you with the essential knowledge to navigate cybersecurity landscape confidently. From core terminology, understanding how computers and networks operate, to exploring the latest in mobile device security, IoT, AI, and beyond, Sec 301 covers it all at an accessible introductory level. As I said, we dive into crucial topics: authentication, cryptography, social engineering, network defenses, wireless security, web and browser security. We learn about firewalls, backups, virtual machines, and cloud computing, all through a lens that makes concepts clear and honestly very approachable. It was truly designed for beginners. It was tailored for those with minimal or no prior knowledge in technology or cybersecurity. Sec 301's hands-on approach ensures that all learners can grasp that material, regardless of background. You'll leave with a robust foundation of cybersecurity fundamentals to build upon. And it's that expertise that truly matters. It's created by cybersecurity professionals with over 4 decades of experience. Sec 301 offers unmatched real-world insights, prepared for the GISF certification, and equip yourself with the knowledge that applies directly to the workforce, fulfilling the SANS promise that you can use the knowledge and skills you learn as soon as you return to work. So what's your next steps? Don't let the opportunity secure your place, don't let the opportunity to secure your place in the world of cybersecurity slip by. Enroll in Sec 301 and embark on a journey that transforms uncertainty into confidence, knowledge into action, and curiosity truly into a career. The future of cybersecurity really does begin with you. And you don't have to take my word for it. There's 3 quotes from students themselves that have walked through the course before. And you'll see as you read through these, some of them had no experience. Some of them had things going on in the real world where this kind of went into it. It's exciting. And honestly, Dave, that wraps it up for me. I will stop sharing.
Man, that is fantastic. Thank you so very much, Rich. Honestly, it made me want to go take the class. It really, really excellent. Thank you so very much. What do you think, John?
I appreciate it.
Fantastic stuff. I love a good analogy, and that presentation was full of them. So fantastic work, Rich. Thank you.
I appreciate it, gentlemen.